beef a lot less with refs, but I beef a lot more with ADs. The Homedale AD, man, he's my
The Neptune AD, Real Township at Neptune. If you don't believe me, you could go ask the coach.
For Rumpson, it kind of got messy because the coach kind of went at it with him.
I think there's a lot of athletes out there that think that media people are just like robots.
Like, I need a break. Like, this video is not going to be done in a day or two. It's going to take up to a week.
Sometimes like, they don't like hearing that. And this one's probably controversial. You don't have to answer it. Shore Savages or NJ Athletics? Ooh.
I mean, like Riley's my guy, but it's like you're talking about an account that only posts for a certain area of the state, or you're talking about an account that posts stuff all over the state.
Shout out to Wigios. Can't say which one because, you know.
Mix, when the kids' buckets are just all straight fast break layups or something like that. Like, the mix isn't going to be that tough when you look like an AI robot out on the damn court, bro.
Some of them try too hard for the camera.
Yeah.
I'm top 5 best content creators in the Shore. No order. I didn't make it to the league. Tim takes in there because Tim is extremely talented.
Halliburton, I'd say you.
I think that's like 5. You don't got to say that because I'm
no. It's like asking, like, how do I blow up? Like, when you start doing it, like, and then I look at their account, they only have like 4 posts, and they're all from their own high school.
Summer, put it on a shirt. She tryna make it work. She tryna make it work. It's these fashion habits. These not spending habits.
All right, we are here with the one and only Parker Smith, also known as PJ's Flicks. My brother, how we doing? How's life?
Chilling, bro. I'm chilling, man. Staying busy. I'm chilling.
Spring sports, grinding, or taking a day off, or what?
Hey, a few days off. Spring season is starting up soon, so I'm hyped.
I got you. So, as this video is being uploaded, the announcement would have already come out about, for those who don't know, starting from this episode on, PJ will be our brand new co-host for the pod. And I just want to let you know, even with it filming, I definitely appreciate you. I'm very honestly thankful because not even just with the type of recognition that you're going to bring to this, but I know it's hard enough doing what you do. So you could have easily just been like, oh, nah, like, you know, but you actually talked about it. So that brought up the idea in my mind. Why not have you on as a co-host? So, and it's already also hard as it is. Like, for those who don't know watching, it is not easy getting a guest on. It is extremely difficult. Like, you have to have a certain day, a location, and everybody's busy. So, like, people probably think it's extremely easy. It's really not. I promise you it's not. So, and I'm also just very excited for the ideas because I have plenty of ideas. So, again, thank you so much, bro, and trust me, you know how I feel about you. One of the nicest guys ever, so.
Hey, man, I'm excited, bro. We're going to make things happen for sure.
What did you think, first off, when, like, I brought the idea to you?
I was always down for something like this. Like, I feel like this is kind of always, like, the idea of what I wanted to do when I got older before I started doing, like, camera stuff. So I was excited that somebody, like, finally, like, started doing something like this down here. So I was down for whatever. I'm friendly with a lot of athletes, so it's like it could be an exciting opportunity to, like, get talking to people and get to know more about the athletes that I film for.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be shocked, you know. I feel like people are always going to have something to say, but listen, we're going to just keep it rolling. So I just seen with the spring sports coming up, you announced on your story how, like, you're changing prices and a lot of other stuff. And my first thought was, like, you should have been doing it earlier because you have the recognition. And, like, I get why you weren't doing it because you wanted to just have your clients coming back and back. But, like, what was the process for you changing your prices and, like, making it official?
I think I just need to, like, I got to a point where I need to be a little more professional when it came to my pricing and keeping that same price for every athlete I work with. Which I feel like I really wasn't doing much for the first year that I've been doing this full time. It's just like my work has gotten a lot better over the past year, so it kind of came to a point where I got to, like, make a price and I got to stay with it no matter how good the athlete is or how close or far they are. So, I mean, I kind of just had to raise things because I felt like I was getting done dirty by a few athletes. I feel like every videographer has, like, had that experience.
That's true.
So it's like I kind of had to just put my foot down and make it clear that I'm not just doing this as a side hustle, and I'm 20 years old and I need to do this full time and I need to have fun but also make some money in the process. And I made some upgrades in the recent months when it came to my camera, and also I just got a new lens for the spring season. A lot of money goes into what I do, so it's important that I got to make my money and profit off of the stuff that I'm buying. So I think that's kind of like what went through my mind when it came to the pricing change.
Listen, business is business, so I understand, like, there's athletes out there, especially, you you know, I don't want to put my school on blast, but Frio Township, some of them just, you know, they just don't want to pay. So, like, I get why you did it. You know, you're trying to make money. You're older now. So that's probably going to be my mindset, too, when I graduate, because I'm still a senior. So once I graduate, I'm probably just going to have more time and everything like that. So why not, you know, just up the price a bit. But, I mean, you're not trying to, like, overprice your stuff, right? Like, you're comfortable with the price that you put.
Yeah, no, I almost...
you believe in your work, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe in my work. I think I'm, like, one of the best around, for sure. Like, I think it's proven over the last year. But I think, like, I wanted to make it reasonable enough for me to still be able to get a lot of the better athletes to reach out to me. It's like I still have a lot of fun in this, more than just making money off it. So it's like I wanted to have it low enough where I'd still get a lot of the better athletes in the area to reach out, because the better the athlete, the better the video is going to be. So, like, I wanted it to be reasonable enough where I'd still get a lot of the better athletes and not some of the kids that are just in the rich areas but not as good. So I want to keep it reasonable, and I think the prices I have now are definitely super reasonable, and I think they help a lot when it comes to colleges and stuff like that, depending on where you post it. A lot of scouts, I believe, are looking more at Instagram nowadays, so I think the videos help a lot more than the parents or kids realize when they hear the price.
Yeah, so I've been waiting for this episode ever since, like, we talked about Driven by Purpose and us collabing with it for a while, because just even outside of the podcast, when I have met you and stuff, like, I actually truly do care for you. Like, I care for everybody, but I mean, even though I just said it like 2 minutes ago, PJ's the one of the most genuine media guys I've ever met. And I've met some people, and most of them are chill for the most part, but, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you realize, and I'm sure a lot of athletes out there, like, you're just a funny guy. Like, you know how to speak, you're chill, you're cool with everybody, you don't get too high, too low. Like, do you realize that about yourself? Like, how you just consistent all the time?
I mean, I try my best, but, like,
because it's noticeable.
At the end of the day, I really don't realize. Like, I kind of just show up and do my job. Like, I never know when I'm passing by a group of the student section, like, do they know who I am? I never really know, but I mean, I guess I think a lot more people know who I am than I realize, which is a pretty cool feeling. I try to become friendlier with the athletes that I film for, because they could need something in a few years, and they might look over to me in my Instagram, like, they might want something. But I think I've done a pretty good job at, like, being friendly with people, like, outside of the camera and the payment and the videos. Tried making, like, better friends with them, and I think it's gone pretty well so far, for sure.
Utmost respect for you, bro. So real quick, just break it down for me. If someone were to ask you, who is PJ off the camera, off social media, and creating content, what would you say?
I think I'm a down-to-earth guy, for sure. Like, I think all my friends would say that. I'm just a really hard worker, and I'm a genuine person. Like, I never really had, like, a goal in mind for what I wanted to do when I got older, and I'm glad I stumbled upon the camera, because, like, I really didn't have any path. But now, I mean, I'm chill. Like, I like hanging out with my friends. I like watching sports, most importantly. That was always my favorite thing to do. I'm glad I get to do it as a job now, but I think that's really it, man. I'm a down-to-earth guy, and I'm down for wherever life takes me, for sure.
Yeah, so, like, I'll tell my side of the story first, but when did you first pick up a camera and realize that, like, creating content was going to be the thing that you wanted to do, like, pretty much as your profession? Because for me, I've always loved, like, really just, I guess, pushing a certain message or creating an impact. That's why I'm doing the podcast now, and nobody really had that idea. But also, just, I've always been talented with media. I can't really explain why. I just always have, and I loved it. So, like, what is your side of your story when you first picked up and realized, like, this is it?
Yeah, so, I mean, I think I started a little bit differently compared to most people. I actually started with video. Most people, I feel like, started with photos. I was a senior in high school. I never really played any sports in high school or anything like that, but my best friend, when I used to live in Howell, he was averaging like 20 points a game, and I was going to a lot of his games. So I was like, my dad used to take photos for me back when I played rec basketball when I was in like middle and elementary school, and he had a really nice camera. So I was like, I might as well pick it up and start filming my guy, because, like, he's getting busy, and it would be easy to make a mix for him if I ever want to get into that. So I kind of started with that, and Short Savage really helped me get off my feet when it came to my
shout out to Riley.
Shout out Riley, that's my guy. He really helped me get me off my feet, because my first video I posted on my guy, and I invited Short Savages, and they helped me out for sure. They got me like 36,000 views on my first video, and after that I was like, man, like, I could go somewhere with this. So I just started going to games like every day when I was a senior. I kind of just like dropped everything, and I was like, I'm already going to school. Like I already got into school. Like why? I don't need to work this hard. I'm just gonna go see what I could do for the next 6 months and see where it takes me. And it's taken me pretty far now. So it's been history since then. I've been doing video for like 2 years now. So it's been a ride for sure.
Did you always want to be a videographer, or did that just happen naturally? Because for people like me, I started out doing photos, and it was also because like I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. And I'm sure a lot of people would say like you get better with experience, but were you just someone that did editing photos, like, or were you just always video?
So I will say that like before I picked up a camera, this never really was an idea of mine. Really? I always wanted to get into sports media and like talking more like what we're doing right now. Like I was always a fan of like ESPN and stuff like that. Like every kid would wake up and like watch like MLB Network or something like that, and that's something that I used to always really do. But I think when it came to video, like videography was always what I wanted to do. Editing's never really like been my thing. Like I kind of keep my edits simple. I don't really want kids to like complain about the transition I use on a certain clip. But I think videography, ever since I picked up the camera, has been the go-to. Like photography is cool, but it's like I don't really get the same enjoyment I get out of videography with it.
Yeah, it's like the same thing with me. I don't know, something about videos I love. It's probably because similar to like how I do the podcast, I just always want to like just create my own thing. But with photos, you could do that too. I'm not saying that photos is trash. Like photos, there's great photographers out there. Like shout out to Levitt if he's watching. Levitt,
yeah, he's tough.
His photos are probably one of the best I've ever seen for sure. So you could do great stuff with photos. I'm not saying you can't, but so my next thing is like, how do you feel when you get crazy clips? Like the ones I could think of is the Nazir catch against Toms River North. Justin's poster against Bro, that was like a few years back that you got.
Yeah.
Because like for me, I've learned with experience to like, no matter what happens, you know, you shouldn't really say anything. You should always just be locked in. But it's hard when like something like that happens. So how do you prepare with that? Like, do you stay calm? Do you just like go crazy? Like, because I know some people, they'll hold it in, but they'll like be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I try to stay like pretty calm when I'm filming it, but it's like when something like that happens, it's hard not to get like a little hype, man. Because like that's the clip you're waiting for, bro. Like that Feuerbacher dunk, like that was really when I first started going like all in on video. That came out of nowhere. I didn't realize he even could dunk like that, and he dunks on Kwame Everett, which is unbelievable.
Name dropping. Nah, I'm playing.
Hey, they're both my guys.
Respect.
But yeah, I mean, when something like that happens, honestly, like most of the time, I'll have my computer on me, hopefully. And I could just get right on posting that because, like, stuff like that, like, you got to be the first one to post. I definitely get hyped, but, like, I got to lock in and get this post out within 15 minutes or so. Like, I did that with the Tyler Hager dunk that happened against Point Beach pretty recently.
That was tough.
Yeah, he dunked on a kid. He got really good views on it. I mean, views aren't always, like, the biggest concern of mine, but, like, when stuff like that happens, I'm going to get on it and make sure it's posted, like, so the kid sees it the second he gets on his phone after the game. And that could be the difference maker, like 50K views. And that Feuerbacher dunk really helped. Like, that kind of helped me take off because it has, like, I think it has, like, 100K views or something like that. It's wild.
Yeah, so obviously, just like how you said, when you get a crazy clip, of course, everybody's eager to put it out, you know, right away. But I will say, I feel like that when it comes to just putting out a clip right away, you do have to be careful a little bit. Like, you do got to be kind of calm, especially when it's a crazy clip because, like, you could post something and you could think like, oh, I posted it, you know, let me shut off my phone, but then the quality's trash or like the sizing is bad. So like I do feel like you do, even though you want to put something out right away, you do got to be like careful. Do you agree with that or not?
Yeah, I think like
because Instagram like, be messing it up, bro.
Yeah, you got to get the clip out fast, but like you got to make sure that like it looks good. Like the Hager one, I was a little bit mad about how I filmed that one because it was like I wish I was a little less zoomed out than I was. Because, like, you could barely see the guy that he dunked on in the video. And it's like, damn, like, that could have been the difference of 15, 20K views. Because you couldn't really see that he dunked on someone. But, yeah, I mean, like, I think just got to lock in with your editing, like, when it comes to, like, keyframes and stuff like that. To make sure, like, everyone's right in the middle of the screen. Especially on, like, a three-pointer or something like that. Like, I try to keep the ball in the middle. And try to keep the basket in the middle and where he celebrates in the middle of the screen. I mean, that's, like, tedious work, but it really could be the difference of, like, people saying, I want to mix from him or I don't want to mix from him. So it's, like, you got to think of every clip to be that way. Like, people are seeing your stuff, and that could be the deciding factor and if they want a video from you. So I try to like lock in when it comes to every clip that I post, whether it's small or big.
One thing I wanted to talk about in specific is views and followers, because I have something to get out of my chest, bro. For me, like, yes, bro, you could have all the followers you want, you could get a bunch of views, and I think views is way more important. I'm sure a lot of people would agree with that, but what is your perspective in terms of views and followers? Because it really doesn't mean everything. Like, yes, it means a lot, don't get me wrong, but it really is about like the art and the creativity you post, because somebody could have, and Halliburton told me this as well, shout out to him, there could be somebody that has 300 followers just starting out, but they'll have a lot of pre-knowledge experience and they'll be nasty compared to somebody that has like 1,000 followers and not that good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really one to care too much about following, but I mean, like, it kind of just fell into my hands when it came to how much I post. Like, it was bound to happen. So I mean, like, it's not that big of a deal to me, but it's like, I feel like it does definitely mean something to kids when they come to reach out to you for a video. It's like they see your following and they're like, man, this is going to get a lot of eyes because a lot of people follow me. So I think that definitely plays a part when people are looking out for a mix. But like when it comes to like skill and followers, like that definitely doesn't equate. Like you said, there could be a kid with like less than 1,000 followers that is pumping out really good stuff and they could just be unnoticed. But I think it really, like, it does play a little bit of a part when it comes to a kid wanting a mix, because like they see your following, they're like, my video is going to add at least 10K views or whatever when they collab with you. But when it comes to actual like skill, there are plenty of people that are better than me, and I have like whatever 6.5K or something like that. So I mean, I guess that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, so I would say, and this is definitely a fact, that you're a vet in the short conference when it comes to media. So, and this is a difficult one, but I want to talk about consistency, because honestly, it's just really the key to life for me. But I think there's a lot of athletes out there that think that media people are just like robots and they don't have a life, and they're just, and I'm not even saying this to like try and get a dig at anyone, I'm just gonna be completely honest, but I do feel like they expect us to get something out like that night or the next day. And it's like, if you're paying us, yes, that's one thing, but if you're not, or like not, we're not really, it's also another thing. So like, I understand the grind part of like grinding every day, and I was literally just, that's the last question I asked you, but sometimes I feel like you do have to kind of take a break and live your life. So what is like your situation with that? Because every other media people is different. Like sometimes they just won't care, they won't post whatever, and some actually grind, but that could also take a toll on your body.
Yeah, I mean, breaks are definitely important for me. Like I have so many kids that reach out for mixes. Like a lot of times it's like the top 3 players on a team might all want to mix, and it's like I try to be for real with them and be like, this is going to take a few days. Some days, like I say it's going to be done one day and it's going to end up being done 2 days later. I mean, like, that stinks, and I really need to be better with like timing wise, like telling kids. But I definitely feel like being upfront and saying like, I need a break. Like, this video is not going to be done in a day or two. It's going to take up to a week.
Sometimes
like,
they don't like hearing that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely kids don't like hearing that, but I got to be straight up sometimes.
Exactly.
Like, I'm a really busy dude, and I also like spending time with family and friends. So it's like I got to be straight up and tell them, like, this video is not going to be done right away. I try my best to get it done right away, but it's also, most of the time I got a line of stuff I got to get done.
Bro,
so, I mean,
I'm telling you, bro.
Breaks are important, and I'm definitely like one of the guys that's going to hustle like crazy. But I need a break, and I also need to make sure the video is good when it's being done.
Yeah, it's a lot. I get it. But what was the first video that you posted on your account? And you probably might not even remember because you're experienced now. You've been doing this for years. But, like, if you do remember, what was the first video where you were, like, it kind of hit you? Whether it was, like, success or, like, just you were like, oh, yeah, like, I actually, like, love this stuff. Like, I'm not even thinking twice. I know it was kind of similar to the question I asked, like, before, but it's just more about like the first video in terms of success, if you remember. But
I think like I've gotten a lot of good clips. Like when I first started, like I went to a lot of big games, but I think the first video I really was proud of was the video that's pinned on my account, the Jake West video. Like I made a big trip to go out to that game, and it was really fun. But I think like what really showed me that I really can like hang around here is that he DM'd me. He said it was fire. Posted on his story. It got like 50K views without me even collabing with anyone. I'd say that video like really told me that like I could really go somewhere with what I'm doing. And that was right around the time I decided to go full time. So I think that really that video really sold it for me, and was like this is a career, and I got to go farther with this. And I think that was my first video with my newer camera as well. So I was like wow, like all I needed was a few like extra additions, like when it came to equipment and all that, and like that really had me taken off. And a lot of people were a fan of that. That was right before the basketball season, so I think that helped my business when it came to last basketball season too. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of like my breakout video, I'd say, for sure.
Yeah, one thing a lot of people also don't realize is media is an expensive business. Like, these cameras are no joke. They cost a lot, and I'm not complaining, you know. We chose to do this, but, like, cameras are a lot. And also, the SD card, depending on which one you have, that could also add on, like, your rig, everything. It's definitely a lot of money, but
stuff is expensive, for sure.
It's worth it at the end of the day. I'm telling you, these cameras are, like... These cameras are better than your eyes say sometimes.
Dude, no kid realizes how expensive a camera is. It's unbelievable. Like,
I'm telling you,
when it comes to this stuff, like over the last year, I realized that like I need the best equipment, and I need to invest in myself when it comes to my business. So it's like I bought the best SD cards that can handle 4K. I've been upgrading. I upgraded a lens pretty recently. That was expensive. Upgraded a camera at the beginning of the football season. I'd absolutely say everything was worth it, but I don't think any kid realizes how expensive this business is. And it's like, that's what really annoys me when they give me a hard time. It's like why are you giving me a hard time about a $50, $75 video, whatever it may be, when this camera costed me, like in total, with the SD card, batteries, lens, camera, this thing costed me $6,000+. Like, man, like, I got to take this seriously, and I got to be strict when it comes to my money, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not expecting athletes to know about all these things. Like, so I understand their side of the story, but, like, again, business is business. Bro. Yeah,
man. That's really why I posted my story. It's like
that's why I posted a few days ago.
Yeah, I got
stop asking for little money now.
I got screwed over by a lot of kids, like a lot of basketball kids especially. I think it's really difficult with them because it's like you could be really inconsistent. You could go on slumps in basketball more than any other sport. And I got into a lot of kids, like, a lot of kids will reach out for a video. They're good players, and I look at their stats before the games. Like, they're good players. Just a lot of kids would be like, I really want to mix. And they would play bad at the game I showed up at. Then I'd show up to another game. They'd play bad again. Then they would play bad again. They would keep being like, you got to come to one more game. You got to come to another game, game. It's like, bro, you hit me up for, like, a 2-game mix, and it's turning into, like, a 6-game mix. And at the end of it, you tell me you don't even want it anymore just because you played bad in those games. Like, I need to put my foot down a little bit because that's just straight up wasting my time, wasting my gas, wasting my miles. Like, you're putting a tax on a lot of the equipment I use.
I agree.
When I'm not even making a dime off you at the end of the day. So it's like I need to put my foot down and get my money before I show up to the games. Luckily with baseball, I feel like pitchers are usually like really consistent. If you're D1 and you're really good, you're not going to have a bad start most of the time. Basketball, like, even the best 5 stars, they have their bad games. Tyron Stokes has his bad games. Cooper Flagg probably had his bad games.
Everybody does.
Yeah, so it's like, especially in the shore when these guys are like D3 on a good day, some of these teams, you run into a lot of bad days. So it's like I had to lock in and just be like, I need this, and this done for the season, and I'm being for real about it.
Yeah, like if I go to 2 games and an athlete does not as good 2 games, and I send them their mix, or like even you send them their mix, and they expect it to be way more tougher, it's like, I mean, I'm trying my best, but
yeah, I mean, like, it's hard to make a really good mix when the kids' buckets are just all straight fast break layups or something like that. Like, you got to give me a little bit more to work with. Like, the mix isn't going to be that tough when you look like an AI robot out on the damn court, bro. It's rough.
Some of them try too hard for the camera.
Yeah, there's definitely been a big drop off in talent, or definitely like amount of talent in the shore, like in the last 2 years since I was a senior in high school. Like my boy DJ, he was the one that I started off with the videos. If he was still in high school right now, he'd be a top 5 short player, and he'd be averaging 25 plus points a game for sure.
I want to know why they're outside. That's funny, but I understand what you were saying though. But so I know we were talking richly about equipment here, but when you first started, like besides equipment, because I know that was a huge struggle, and I'm blessed by the way that my oh my goodness, I'm blessed that my parents helped me out, you know, somewhat. But what was like your biggest struggle? I mean, I guess you could say it's experience, but there's other answers out there. So what was your biggest struggle when you first started? Like,
I think for a lot of guys, it's like just like getting your name out there. Like a lot of kids that I actually get a lot of kids to reach out to me asking like, how do I blow up? Like when you start doing it, like, and I look at their account, they only have like 4 posts, and they're all from their own high school. It's like you can't expect yourself to blow up.
Self-explanatory right there.
You can't expect to blow up just off doing your own high school, which I'm glad is something that you did, because like I feel like originally you did a lot of Frio Township, then you started branching out. That takes time though. That's why I try to tell the kids like if you're a junior in high school and you could drive, start going to games that aren't from your school. Like you're not just gonna blow up just doing your own school stuff. So I think like just like getting yourself known is really like the hardest thing, because like even if your stuff's bad, you got to go out there and do stuff for free like for a really long time. So I feel like that first basketball season I did mostly my mixes for free, and then by the baseball season I was starting to make money, which I guess the 3 months or whatever was all that took. So I think I was like the hardest thing, just getting my name out there and getting like valid when it came to the shore.
Yeah, so look, I mean, when I said I was going to say some stuff on this episode, I wasn't playing. And you brought up a good point. For me, not doing much for Frio Township anymore, and I have done, especially for basketball season, I've done stuff for the good players. Like, I'm sorry, I mean, unless if somebody pays me, I'm not going to like make you a mix. Yeah. But even then, like, you could post it. I probably won't collab, but you know, you could post it. But in football season, man, let me tell you, I started getting pretty mad when it came to my school, and I love my school, and for those watching that come to my school, like, and athletes on the team, like, because I played football my freshman through junior year, and it's like, I know these kids, I respect them, they're great people, whatever, but a lot of them just would not pay, and for flicks or for mixes, and to be fair, I wasn't as good as I am now, like, I've improved tremendously, but like, it's just like, damn, like, I have these other kids, even when I wasn't as good from other schools, paying me, you know, the full amount, and then the township kids wouldn't. So it's like, then they'd get mad when I wouldn't pull up. For example, I missed the homecoming game because 2 kids from Donovan Catholic, I think like 3 of them, paid me for mixes and photos. And it's just like, I'm not going to just go to homecoming just for free when I could go to Donovan Catholic like and make money. It's just how it is. So I'm sorry, but it's just like, it's the truth. Business is like, I got to do my thing. I love everybody from Township, and it's like next year is going to be crazy. Like, for Shuttle, I can't even, and Dakota yet. Both of their mixes, especially with my like improvement, it's gonna be tough as far as Frio Township. But yeah, that's just me, bro. I think like that's kind of what is good about what I did. I started off with my guy who didn't even go to my high school, and I also started with video. What? Point Pleasant?
No, yeah. I went to Point Borough.
Oh, Point Borough. My bad.
But my boy DJ went to Howell. I used to live in Howell, so I think that really helped my business. I didn't start with my high school, and I didn't start doing stuff for free for my high school ever. I always charged for my high school stuff. So it's like I kind of put my foot down early and made sure I couldn't get abused when it came to the free videos. Even when I was first starting out and I didn't charge much, like I made sure I got paid. And I think it really helped that I started out with someone from another school, because that got my name out there with the Howell and just anyone in like the Monmouth County area, like faster than a lot of these kids. So, like, really, like, I don't do a lot of stuff for my old school either, to be honest with you. But I think that's a good thing, honestly. Like, it's better to be known outside of your town than it is to be in your own high school. Like, that doesn't really get you too far. I mean, because a lot of those kids are going to think you're giving out good deals and all that. And I don't play around with the good deals. Like, I got boys that I'll cut a few bucks for, but, like, I don't really like cutting down the bucks just because you're my guy and we've hung out before. Like, it's not really like that. It's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah, shout out to one of my friends, Gabby. Like, she's a good photographer. She does a lot for Jackson Township. But, like, you know, if I ever have her on the pod, probably one of the questions I'm going to ask, why don't you branch out? But she already has 1,000 followers, so you could do stuff for one school and have recognition, but, like, you shouldn't really do it all the time. Like, for example, there's people that get paid by Bergen Catholic, Rumson Fairhaven, like, to go be their media guy. And, you know, they do pretty well and they get recognition, but you should still branch out also. Did anyone help you or mentor you when you were first starting out? Because for me, I'm still trying to grow. I mean, I'm close to 1,000, but, like, I have a lot of people that I reach out to, you being one of them, to just, you know, like, insight on opinions that I have, ideas, like, whatever. But were you just, like, solo with it, or, like, did you reach out to certain people? But you were still a vet, though, so not a lot of people did media. as much as now.
Yeah, I mean, like, there really weren't many people doing it back then. Definitely one of the first few guys that really kind of inspired me to, like, to really try to get better when it came to what I did was Halliburton. He's the man. He basically answered any question I could have had.
He does.
And I still work with him to this day. He's really a great guy, and he also gives me, like, really good tips, even though I'm 2.5 years into it. But I think really there were only like 3 people doing it back then. It was like me, Halliburton, and Tim. Tim Takes were the only people doing it. So it's like a lot of it is self-taught. Honestly, I was lucky that my dad had a really nice camera, or like not crazy nice, but a really good beginner camera that I recommend to a lot of kids that might text me.
What camera?
It was the Sony A6400.
It's not bad.
Yeah, for a beginner, like for videography, it's actually a really solid camera if you're on a budget and you're in high school.
It's not bad at all.
A lot of it is self-taught, but I mean Halliburton like really helped me out with like the little tweaks that could make a huge difference. So I mean, a lot of it was just me like trial and error. I messed up a lot when I first started, but it all helped me. 2.5 years later, I'm pretty consistent with what I do, and it's like I never like really leave a game thinking like, damn, I really messed that shot up, or I had terrible settings today. Like we all run into that issue the first like year or two, but like.
Yeah, because honestly, we don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, but it's like I'm glad that I matured a lot in the last 2 years, like when it came to like my job, and I'm happy with the progress I made by myself, no doubt.
Yeah, shout out Halliburton. Definitely respect him a lot. He always gives me advice. And one thing I respect about him is that he's a bold individual, I would say. So like he doesn't sugarcoat nothing, and I respect him.
Yeah, he's straight up. Like, if you're doing something bad or whatever, or if he thinks this part about your mix is bad, like he's gonna let you know. He's gonna be like, bro, like that's trash or whatever. Like,
little story time. At the Brookdale game for RBC versus Wall, and I'm laughing because like I don't really care, but I was filming. He was talking to me about my monitor or whatever, so I was like showing him, and he was like straight up. He's like, "Your autofocus sucks." And I was just like, damn, that kind of ain't hard. But I was like, nah, like my camera, I need to upgrade. I need it better. But compared to his camera, obviously it's night and day. So for my next question, you just said there's competition, and a lot of people might not like this, but because I'm a senior, I'm about to graduate. But this season, literally this football season, it was comp for me because I'm trying to grow. So like when I see these other media guys at the township games, only township, they're not really that good, and they're doing photos, whatever, but. Listen, I'm not going to say too much, but as much as I love people, like it is comp, because especially with basketball. So, some people from my school that put out mixes for players, and I do the same. So, of course, I'm trying to be better, but it's hard to compare. But anyway, I just had to throw that out there. I know that might be a little.
Yeah, I mean, like your first like year or two, you kind of have to like really like lock in to be able to get people to want you. And I'm glad I made it to that point like pretty fast. So, like, I didn't have to look at everyone as competition, like, because, like, I made it to the top pretty quick. So, it's like I don't have to worry about people, like, being better than me. Because the kids that I want to pay me for videos, they're already reaching out to me. But it's like, so I'm glad I could be in that position so I could be cool with everyone. I don't need to, like, think about that person being better than me. Like, I do my own thing, and it's worked out big time. So,
I just want to talk about the short conference real quick. But before I even ask my question, like, I respect Riley so much, and the reason I say that is because when I was first starting up, he wouldn't really collab on my stuff until like later down the line, and I respect that now because a lot of guys want to collab with the Short Savages, but like just they don't even like come on, like let's just be honest here. But one thing I will say is we all know about the fall off with the Short Savages in terms of media and their passes just getting revoked. Like we're not doing Short Savages anymore.
Yeah.
And it was because he probably doesn't want to say it, but a lot of people had passes, and it's just like, whoa, that's a lot. But one thing I respect about him is like he could have easily like when the fall off happened been like, oh, like I'm just not going to pay attention anymore. But I feel like he really has been grinding with it. Like he really has been trying to bring it back up, and I feel like it is like slowly like getting there. That's just my personal opinion. Other people might say otherwise. But
I mean, it's definitely getting there.
It's getting there. I will say.
It sucks.
Like he learned a lot.
Yeah, it sucks seeing like all that happen because I was like really one of the first people they brought on to do the internship stuff 2 years ago.
It'll get back though.
I was like really excited to do it at first, and it worked out for like a year. Just like they kept bringing on people, they kept giving passes. Then those kids started making bad mistakes that kind of looked bad on the company because they were with them. But I mean, like, and just like some like questionable posts from time to time when it came to like people getting fired or coaches leaving or whatever. There's no like certain time when Short Savage has been really bad, but it's like there's been some questionable and opinionated stuff that
The
they
perception.
post. Yeah,
The perception could be, you know.
They post opinionated stuff from time to time, which some people may not like, even though it could be true. But like, Short Savage is getting back there, I'd say. Riley's a really good kid, and he definitely does a lot of work that goes unnoticed.
He goes to Drexel, and he's still putting
Yeah,
in.
not a lot of people.
That's
like,
not easy, bro.
You never see him at a game, and you never guess that he would be the one running the account. But he does a lot of work that goes unnoticed, and he's a genuine kid, and
He's talented.
him and his family are just great people in general.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to lie. I might have thought one thing about Riley, like, beforehand as I was growing up, but that's completely changed. Like, I respect him a lot. And as far as the owner, I don't really know him. But, I mean, listen, I feel like he can improve. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, you're the owner of Short Savages, but
Yeah,
somebody
I mean,
has
like,
to say it. I feel like, you know,
I didn't really have like a
I
bad.
can't talk, but, like, I could speak my opinion.
I didn't really have like a bad like fall off with them or anything like that, but like I politely like moved on a little bit because like I worked for them for like 2 years, and I was like I gotta be offered some pay eventually. Like I deserve money for like me growing the account, because I think I definitely played a part in like the last 2 years of me. A lot of people seeing their videos, like that Fearbacher dunk, that's on Short Savages. There's probably a few more dunks that are on Short Savages that I'm just forgetting, that like got a lot of views, and they probably got them a lot of followers too. So it's like I feel like I should have gotten a little bit of money from the owner eventually, but it's like they never really showed me the love that I think I needed when it came to my business and all that. So it's like I kind of just had to move on and just do things on my own. It wasn't personal to Riley or anything like that, but it's like I feel like when it comes to the money, they're making a lot more money than they say sometimes. I think that goes for all businesses and accounts. People like they don't want to pay you. They're gonna make you ask for money. So it's like you can't sell yourself too short. And I just got to a point where I was like,
NJ Athletics is good.
I got to make my money. Yeah, NJ Athletics has been great. And like I've never really been the biggest fan of working under people. Like you want your own business for a reason. Like you don't want a boss. You want to be your own boss.
Of course.
So I mean, NJ Athletics has been flexible, and it's like I'll get money from time to time. Like that's all I really wanted. Like if I'm going to a game that I wasn't actually making money off an athlete because of, like I want to get a little bit of money off of it. So I think like that they definitely like compensated me like respectfully when it came to the games that I'm not getting money off athletes like that. So I mean, NJ Athletics has been really helpful. I think they've grown my page to more all of New Jersey instead of more just Shore Jersey.
That's
true.
They
helped me out a bunch for sure.
That's a big
good people there too.
Listen, so as much as I promised PJ that I would tell him how I got on the Monmouth court, because like he was wondering, and I didn't get it with the providers. So like, but as much as I promised you I would, I can't say on this podcast.
Oh really?
Because like now that I'm thinking about it, I just can't, because I feel like if I do, people are gonna know who I'm talking about or like what I'm talking about, and then they're gonna feel a certain way. And then if he finds out, he's probably gonna be pissed, because he did tell me not to tell anybody. I'll tell you off camera, and I'll tell you off camera as well. Behind the camera, shout out Luch Visuals, by the way, for helping me out. But yeah, I don't want to say it on here because I don't want to say too much, but certain people that are probably watching this know this individual, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. But how important is support from your community when you're building something like, you know, like your account and stuff like that? Because I do think support goes a long way. Like people respecting your videos, like telling other athletes, oh yeah, like this person's stuff. Like
yeah, I think it goes a long way. Like I think people like knowing what you look like really helps. So I've tried to like post as much of like me doing my work compared to like certain people. I think it's like important, especially in my town. Like I didn't even start in Point Borough doing video, but it's like I showed up to the game, I showed my face, like, and I think that goes a long way. And people are gonna be like, I see this kid everywhere. He's a hard worker. So like that helps when NJ Athletics is looking at your account. Like this kid posts a lot. He's someone we could trust. But also when it comes to mixes, it's like this kid's valid. He works hard, and I see him moving around a lot during the game, and I see him talking to a lot of people. So I think just like getting on people's good side and staying there has helped me a lot throughout the years. Because like I try my best to never do anyone dirty. I probably have once or twice on accident, but it's like I've seen on people's good side, and that's definitely like done a lot for me throughout the 2 years, for sure.
Yeah. So so my last question before we get into like the rapid fire stuff is like, what advice would you give to younger creators in really New Jersey, but anywhere that's watching this? Like, what advice would you give to them? Because I mean, I could say my piece after, but I want to hear real talk. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think so many kids reach out to me. Like, I'll get a text from a kid like 3 times a month or whatever it may be, maybe more, maybe less. Consistency is so important when it comes to videography and stuff like that.
Bro,
and it's like,
that was gonna be my answer.
Consistency is so important. Just like, if you're only going to games twice a week or twice every 2 weeks, whatever it may be, you're not gonna end up going anywhere. It's like, I think the main reason why I blew up so fast and why I have so much following is straight up just because I showed my face and a lot of people have seen me at games. So it's like, I think it's really important just to stay consistent and don't go to the same school and all that, like I said earlier.
Yeah, where do you see yourself? Or actually, let me say, yeah, consistency is extremely key. Experience as well. Like, that's just, I know it sounds simple, but it really is. Like, it's facts. But where do you see yourself, like PJ Flicks, in the next 3 to 5 years? Your account, or I guess you could say your life as well, because it goes hand in hand. But where do you see yourself?
I mean, the goal is always going to be shooting pro, whatever, like doing something for a singular athlete or doing something for a team. That's always the goal for me. Like, I'm a big 76ers fan or a Philadelphia Phillies fan, so it's like doing stuff for a pro team like that would be really nice. I love Jersey, so I don't know if I really would ever really want to leave, but it's
really
expensive, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if I really want to like.
I always
live.
tell people, like, when I get older and I have a wife and kids, like, I mean, New Jersey's a great state, don't get me wrong, but I'd love to move to like Florida.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
expensive. Like, I would love to just, you know.
I'm not sure if I really see much of my family leaving, so it's like I'd want to stay close to my family.
I get that part as well, but then I always be telling people, like, I feel like when they visit you in another state, then like you'll like bring them all over there. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but we're gonna get into some rapid fire questions.
All right, word.
So lock in, because listen. Hold on, let me just.
Let's hear you got for me.
Just say some stuff, because. All right, so some of the things I have already asked people previous episodes, but it's always a good question or like funny every time. So like, we're gonna just keep it going, but it's just some of these are actually interesting because it relates to media. So like, it's a tough question. Now, you don't have to answer these like quickly. You could actually think about them, because some of them actually like you have to think of. Just like this first one right here. So we're gonna start. What's the dream project you'd want to film one day? Like, any dream project that you have, sports, anything.
I think like I've been seeing the stuff that like the one guy does for Jared McCain. I think like just being able to follow a pro athlete around like all day, every day, like that's definitely the dream. Like, that would be lit. I think that's probably the dream. Like, he gets media credentials to go to every Sixers game, or when he was on the Sixers. And he really gets to follow him around and live with Jared McCain like all day. Like, that basically makes a pro athlete your best friend. You get to meet all the people on the team, and you get to just like see how a pro athlete be moving. Like, that sounds fun to me, and you probably make good money doing it too. So it's like, that sounds lit.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely love doing something like that too. But I will say, like, just in general in life, I would rather do something I love than like making more money doing something that's like kind of eh. So like, I'm not saying that's eh. Like, I would actually love to do that, but certain things. I'm just putting that out there. But favorite place you've ever filmed at? I have my answer, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably be that Seton Hall game when I was at Prudential Center. Like that was a fun experience. It wasn't the best game I ever seen because Monmouth was playing it and they were playing against Seton Hall, so like, it wasn't the best game of all time. But I feel like that's like an experience I'll never forget. That was the first time I've ever been in a real stadium. Like, it would probably be either that or Monmouth, but it's like,
yeah, Monmouth.
That's night and day for sure. So it's like Prudential Center definitely is top tier for me.
Yeah, Monmouth was lit. And this one's probably controversial, and you don't have to answer it. Shore Savages or NJ Athletics? Ooh.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, like,
I'm playing.
No, I'll answer it. I mean,
okay.
Like, Riley's my guy, but it's like, you're talking about an account that only posts stuff for a certain area of the state, or you're talking about an account that posts stuff all over the state. So like I probably have to take NJ Athletics, but it's like it's no diss to Shore Savages. Like I see Riley, I still talk to him. He still invites me to stuff, for stuff. And it's like it's not like I don't collab with them anymore, but it's like I kind of just like as I got better, I just had to move on and try to go statewide, not just shore wide. Because like at the end of the day, Riley knows that like I'm looking to make a career out of this, not just this isn't just like what I want to be at for my entire life. Like
Nah, I was trolling.
but I mean both played a big part in me blowing up, no doubt.
So let's do a ranking. Top 5 best content creators in the shore. If you want me to go first, I will. But
that's tough.
should I go first?
Yeah, let's hear what
honestly, bro, because the reason why I say to go first because I don't really know as many people as you do. So like it's difficult for me because I have a lot of names. I'll say, all right, this is in no order because it's extremely difficult.
Yeah, a lot of guys are like tied.
No order.
Sure.
But I would definitely no order. I'd put man, there's so many freaking good ones. I'm gonna go with people that some people probably wouldn't expect. So the dude, I didn't make it to the league. I think his stuff is hard.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
I put him in there.
Well, yeah, the OGs know him as Seven's Real because his account got banned actually back in the day. So that's his new account. He's tough. He does stuff for NBA and stuff.
So I put him in there. I put Tim Takes in there because Tim is extremely talented. I'd put Halliburton in there. I put you in there. And listen, I might be biased. I have to throw in myself.
Tough.
I'd probably put mine at number 5. I'm humble, but like hopefully I can get up there. But yeah, that's my top 5. I don't really know that many people in the shore like that. So like, but like, let me hear.
Yeah, I mean like, I think a lot of those guys actually that's like almost like a perfect ranking. I'd probably say this is in no order as well. I'd probably say Halliburton, Tim, me, my boy Jay King actually. Like
oh my god,
he's my guy because like
tough, bro.
I don't just know him as a videographer. I know him as a friend because my girlfriend went to school with him and we're kind of all like in a little friend group. So it's like I've hung out with that kid outside of filming. He's a really good kid.
He's chill.
He was also a really good basketball player at Century Regional. So I'd probably say him. And then I'd say you. I think that's like 5.
You don't gotta say that because
no. It's like I show love to the people that do photos, but like video is just respectfully so much harder, and it's like so hard to be way better at that. So it's like I'll respect you if you do photos, but it's like I try to show love to guys that do a little bit of both, and that's kind of like all 5 guys I just named do both. So it's like photos are cool, but it's like you gotta show me you could do some video as well if it's ever needed, you know.
Yeah, that's facts. All right, so be honest. How many times have you almost dropped your camera? Because for me, sometimes I get a little my hands be sweating. It's like, damn. And by the way, I don't know if Tim wants me to say this, but after the Brookdale game, I was walking with Tim outside, and he dropped his whole rig on the concrete,
shot,
like up from here, bro. And it was like a loud crack and everything.
No shot.
I don't know how it was good. But it was good after, and I was shocked. But it was like, I was like, damn. And that happened to me a few times, but inside, not like on the concrete.
Okay, there's really only like 2 times I really recall it being really bad. Like I was like worried to pick up my camera again. Like when I dropped it, like you're like, oh shit. Like,
I'm curious to hear this.
This actually happened a few days ago. I was filming Rumson basketball. I blame this completely on one of the JV kids. So the kid didn't get the rebound. Somebody airballed in warm-ups. I was running under the basket.
That's bad.
I wasn't running under the basket, but I was like slightly behind the basket. A kid must have had the worst airball ever. I was not paying attention. I don't know how he did that because he wasn't being guarded. That's really bad.
And the ball.
So the kid like missed the rebound, and the ball straight up hits my camera. No. I don't know where on my camera it hit, but I don't know if it hit my lens or the side like part where there's like not a whole lot of buttons. I was like, oh my god, this kid might have just screwed me. Bro, I looked at my camera, I'm like, thank goodness it didn't do anything to my camera, but that was like a heart attack. And like I looked over to the kid and he was like laughing. I'm like, bro, you're laughing at my career, bro. That's not funny. That kid knows who he is, man. He's an op for that, man.
Times have you had like a game, because I see it on TikTok sometimes, it's like cameraman versus ref. How many times have you had to deal with the refs?
Oh my god, it happens all the time. I don't know if I've really like been disrespectful to a ref because you kind of have to like stay on their good side.
Yeah, I've never been.
But it's like
it's been tempting, but
it's like a lot of times like you kind of have to like stand your ground a little bit and be like, can I at least like go here or there? I beef a lot less with refs, but I beef a lot more with ADs about where I could stand.
Let me not
bro.
even get started on that,
dude. Yeah, the home Dell AD, man, he's my op. But what's it called? with refs, they get in your way, but most of the time, at the end of the day, they're actually nice people. At the end of the day, they just get pissed off when you're a little bit too close to them. But it's like I see enough of them at the end of the day, they almost know who I am probably.
Not because I will say, like, sometimes when I'm filming, the refs will see me and they're like, they'll ref but not directly in front of me. So those types of refs I respect.
Nah, some of the dudes are chilling. I actually work with like one of the refs in the area. He does a lot of girls games, I feel like. His name's Larry. He's
chill. I know.
He literally trains Addy, and he was the Addy Numcheck, and he was the one that got me into the workout. So it's like if he's ever reffing, he knows that I need to get my job done, so he'll make sure not to be in my way too crazy. So it's like I don't really have that hard of a time with refs, because at the end of the day, that's like their side hustle. They're good people for sure.
You just mentioned Homedale.
Yeah.
What school, or schools I should say, press media guys the most? And let me just say one thing.
Okay, I got a few. It's not just Homedale.
Bro,
yeah.
The Neptune AD, that's the first one that came to my mind.
Okay, I've never been to
It's
Neptune,
just
actually.
like, man, and this is the thing that's like.
Is this for football or basketball?
Yeah, no, football.
Okay.
Both. No, literally both. Some basketball games have to like show them all this stuff, and then they let me go. Like even the moms or whatever. Well, some of the moms are nice, but for football, week 1, Friel Township at Neptune. This is my school. It's not like I'm going to. This is my school, and he didn't believe me. He was like, "Oh, show this and that." I'm like, "Bro, like, give me a break." And then when I was talking to the head coach for my school, like in the locker room beforehand, and he's like, "Yeah, like just make sure, because I saw you talking to the AD, just make sure you're good or whatever. Like, just come with us." And then I told him, like, if you don't believe me, you could go ask the coach, because he's like, "I thought I told you not to come back or whatever." Once he booted me the first time, I'm like, "Bro, like,
that's
give
wild.
me a break, bro."
Yeah.
But what would you say? Homedale's one.
No, like I'd say there's like 3 or 4, but Homedale is the clear number 1. I actually had a really bad thing with him the other day.
Confrontation?
Yeah, definitely a confrontation. So like I was walking in with Tim. We each had different stuff to do. He was kind of just making his own money, but I was actually working with the Rumson team. This is in the short conference tournament. And I walked in. He was right there. Like, this guy's seen me before, but I was told by the players that like he was starting to like me a little more, because I've had issues with him dating back to when I first started. And I was like, hey, like I know like we've had our moments before, but it's like I'm working with the team today. And I was wondering like where it's cool if I could stand. He's like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care that you're working with a team. You're gonna have to be in the stands. I'm like, but I was told that I would be cool in the corner by the players themselves who go to Homedale. And he was like, I really don't care. Like, he literally straight up just told me I don't care. It's like, bro, I'm working with Rumson, right? And then, of course, perfect timing, the coach comes out of the locker room that we're standing right next to that hit me up from Rumson. I was like, well, this is the guy that hit me up right here. Like, how about you talk to him? And, of course, this coach is pissed off because, like, this is a really big game for Rumson, because it's a short conference tournament, and it's, like, the quarterfinals, I think. Or, like, the game before the quarterfinals. And it kind of got messy because the coach kind of went at it with him. And he even said no to the coach. And I was like, what in the world, bro? This is wild. So, I mean, like, I've had a few moments with Homedale, so that was really bad. Eventually, he let me into the corner, but it's like the guy, like, takes his job way too seriously.
What happened between the coach and the AD?
The coach was like, this kid's working with us, right? Like, he's not lying. And he was like, I have rules, like, it doesn't matter to me. And I was like, dude, that's wild. The coach was kind of just like mad, but it's like at the end of the day, it's.
Well, what did he say though? The coach.
He was like, "This kid's working with us. Like he runs our social media page. Like."
But then after the AD said that.
He was like, he kind of just like kept asking like there's nowhere he could stand or whatever. Like we can't like agree on something, and the AD kept saying no.
That's just crazy. I'm sorry. Like come on.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was a really big game too, though.
So
it was a shame.
With the team, bro. Like, what are you doing?
And it's not like it was one of those tight schools. Like, there was space behind the baseline for sure. Like, it wasn't like
SJV's
a really tight school.
Pleasant Borough's tight. Baseline.
Oh yeah. But it's like, I guess other moments I've gotten kicked out of Madawan before for football. They have a bunch of security guards, so it's like it's tough to get around the security guards. and apparently you have to like email before, and you need to be like accepted. Like that's ridiculous.
Wall's another one.
Madewon's really not good at any sport either, so it's like, why are you pressing me so crazy?
Wall.
I haven't really had a bad moment with a Wall.
Really?
But it's like, I guess after that, like, I've had my issues in St. Rose for sure. They let me on, but it's like the lady is really tight. I'd say that's
laughing behind the camera.
That's like kind of it, honestly. Like I feel like I know enough people, and it's like I haven't had too much crazy issues. And NJ Athletics really helps me out because they have good rep around here. But some of those people really do take their jobs way too seriously, man.
There's actually,
okay.
You're walking into a gym, right? Like you get there, like it's a packed game. You get there, I don't know, either you're running late, you're like 10 minutes before, and you wish you would have got there earlier. Whole gym, you have to walk right through them. Because for me, I'm starting to get comfortable with it, especially getting close to players. But like in the past, I'd be like scared as hell.
No, I actually have like social anxiety when it comes to that, bro. For real. Even like walking out to the middle of the court for when they're announcing the names, it's like, bro, I'm not trying to have people look at me like that.
Nah, because the Borough and Tantra game, I'm
yeah, that's a packed game too, bro. I bet.
Thing is looking at me, I'm like, oh nah. Best looking girl hooper in the shore. No, I'm joking. Don't answer that.
That's crazy word. That's crazy word. I gotta go.
I'm telling you. He has a girlfriend, so he can't.
I gotta go.
Nah.
And I'm also 20, by the way. Yeah,
I just turned 20. Oh, yeah,
no, I've been 20 since October, but I just wanted to throw it out there just because like everyone I walk into, everyone thinks I'm still in high school. Everyone thinks I look like I'm 16. And even Riley said in that video, I look just like Gerard Gallo. That kid's 14. I'm 20.
Gallo?
Or no, he might be 15, but like
actually no, I can't say that.
Like I look young, but I'm 20 years old, believe it or not. I'm turning 21 in October. Like you might be seeing me at the bar. Who knows?
Nah. Shout out to Ligios. I'm playing. I can't say which one because for reasons. But shout out to them. We'll move though. We move. Nah, that's a crazy. I might have to delete that from there. I don't even know why I said that. All right, let's see. We'll go easy. Because he's laughing behind the camera. He's having me done. Top 3 gas station snacks. Shout out to the RBC girls, by the way.
No, I actually might be the expert when it comes to this because I go to Wawa literally every single day. Like I actually think I go to Wawa every day. Are we kind of drinks in with this, or are we just going straight food?
Anything. Top 3, whatever.
Okay, wait. So I'll break it down like what I get. Like I get almost the same thing from Wawa every time. I get the most go-to drink. It literally is a White Monster every single time. I drink a White Monster every single day. That's what powers me to go to my games. It gets me in a good mood too, I feel like.
Caffeine.
The caffeine does it for me for sure. Then I think food-wise, I go to Wawa because like I'm not a big snack guy because I've had stomach issues in the past, so it's like I gotta take it easy when it comes to like the sugar or salt or whatever. But I'll get like a panini or something like that from Wawa, and then like just some like chips, like just some regular chips, like Lay's or whatever. I keep it pretty simple. I can't lie.
Their smoothies are fire. We'll say that.
Hey, anything like ice cream or smoothie at Wawa, like it never misses. Anything you order on a tablet, it's not missing.
But so that's pretty much it. I have more rapid fire, but this episode is extremely long, so I'm gonna have to cut it down. But so before I get into my outro part, I'm gonna start doing this thing every single episode. It's gonna be where the person's gonna look at the camera and they're gonna give some sort of motivational speech or words of wisdom. So just do your thing. You feel me? Whatever you got on your mind. But I want you, so whoever's watching out there, just give some piece of advice and some motivation.
Honestly, like I'm not like the craziest, smartest person on the planet or anything like that. So I don't give like the craziest advice. But I'd say if you start something, you gotta finish it. Like in high school, I started filming, and I had a passion to do it, and I never stopped. Like that's the reason why I'm here where I am right now. It's like a lot of videographers struggle because they can't be consistent. Like this kind of goes hand in hand with being consistent. But I'd say like if you start something, you gotta finish it. And just keep working hard, and if you have a goal, like don't let anything get in the way of your goal. Like there's no one stopping you except for yourself. So just keep working hard, and you'll get where you need to be eventually. Might just take some time, but a lot of like good stuff does take time, So that's really what I got.
Man, that's good. I mean, for not somebody that's having a lot of advice, that was pretty good. But hey, man, I'm really excited that you will be a part of this. Like when I tell people, because a lot of people don't understand, like even the media guys, because podcast is an extremely different thing. It is like there's a lot to it, but I have so many ideas, and with having you along, it's gonna be endless. I promise you. Like, I'm telling you, I can't wait, and I'm probably gonna have to sacrifice a lot of the spring sports to really lock in on this, because I have been researching a lot, and it's gonna be. I'm telling you. So again, you didn't have to do this, bro. So I appreciate you. Like,
hey, bro, we're gonna do big things,
like,
no doubt.
When you said that you thought you could do something, or you wanted to do something like this, I was like, oh shoot, like.
I'm telling you, we can make it big, absolutely. And
Nah,
I'm all for whatever you got in store for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit. Yeah, again, just thank you, and I appreciate you, bro. That's gonna do it. Hope you guys enjoy. And by the way, I will say this because I forgot to say this in the beginning. I might like record something different, put it in the beginning, but please subscribe to the YouTube channel, because a lot of people view it, but they don't subscribe. Like, please, it's not that hard to subscribe. I get it. I used to watch videos and they say, oh, subscribe, and I don't. Like, please subscribe. Please subscribe. It takes 5 seconds, not even. So anyway, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Got you, bro. Big things coming soon, man. Trust.
Big things, I promise you. Just wait till these episodes. It's
no doubt,
only
bro.
get better and better. Yeah, actually, I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it. All right, that's gonna do it, yo. Peace out.